Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Lexi and welcome to this cute and cozy vlog. In this week's video, I am going to be focusing on some fall themed crochet items. It is now September, and with the weather in Illinois finally letting up and getting a little bit cool and a little bit nice and crisp out, I have decided I need to get to making some fall things before it's too late and it's like winter here. So that is what we are going to do this week. I am not entirely sure what projects I'd like to make. I know I have a whole board on my Pinterest saved of like fall crochet projects, so I'll definitely be looking through that. I did start one project already just because I found some really lovely yarn that is a really nice like fall colorway. So I have started making some like maple leaves out of this. And my ultimate goal is to turn that into a garland. Before I do that though, I think I'm going to need to figure out a way either by blocking it or maybe some like starch, or I don't really know. I got to look into it, but I need these to be flattened out and a little bit stiff so that they keep their shape in the garland. But yeah, we're going to do a little research about that. We're going to make some more. And we're gonna just have some fun and make some fall projects. I hope that sounds like fun to you. Join me this week as we make some fall themed projects and just enjoy the vibes. Hi, look what I've made. So I have worked more on making the leaves for my garland. And there's all sorts of variations in the colors, a little more red pink, a little more purple, orangey, and I just love how they've all turned out. So I have 10 total now, and I think I'm gonna do like a 6-foot garland, and I will space them out. I've got to do a little bit of math. I can't do that off the top of my head, but we still have to figure out a way to like make them more stiff so that they keep their shape and don't curl in kind of like they're doing. But I haven't done that research yet, but I'll get to it. But then I also went ahead and I made this hanging plant in the same colorway. And I just think this turned out so cute, so fall. And you could put it in your car from your rear view mirror, or you could just hang it in your house somewhere. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with this. I definitely want to make at least one more of these. That just turned out so cute. And I'm thinking next that I want to work on some more like car charms, things you can hang from your rear view mirror. And I'll put a picture up here of kind of the inspiration that I'm having. I want to do like 2 pumpkins and maybe like a pumpkin and maybe like a coffee mug or something. Make a couple of those and see how they turn out. I also think I'm going to make some pumpkin hats for babies in a couple different like sizes, you know, like newborn and then a little bit bigger, just because those are definitely a fall classic. Hi guys, happy cozy weekend. I just wanted to check in with you because I have finished my little car charms. And as you saw, I was putting together this one that was a pumpkin and a little coffee mug, or maybe hot cocoa or tea or whatever you would like it to be. So it's got the little leaves and the hanger part and then both things hanging off of it. And I followed a tutorial. They actually made cherries, but I used the design and I'll link it down below. I want to say it's May Crochets. But these leaves are adjustable on here. So you'll be able to put it around your rear view mirror if you wanted and then be able to like tighten it up. But I just thought that turned out so well. And then the other style that I made was just had two pumpkins, one in the orange and then this tan color. And I also really like this one. Very fall. But if you're not into coffee or something, you could just get two pumpkins instead. And I definitely think I'd like to make more of those, even just not fall themed ones, because I think they turn out, they're just so cute. And I know we had talked and I needed to figure out how I was going to basically stiffen up these crochet leaves for the garland that I want to make. And I did go ahead and find a tutorial for making like your own cornstarch mix that will help, I guess, set them. And so I'm going to do that here in a little bit and hopefully get these all starched up today so that tomorrow I can wrap up making this garland. I still need to make, I'm probably going to make just like a really long chain to string them on. So yeah, I'll make that today hopefully, and then we'll get these all starched up, dried overnight, and then tomorrow we can string them on and finally get that done. I will probably try to show you some footage of that process. I have no idea how it's going to go. It feels like it's going to be a little bit messy. Knowing me, it's going to be messy, but I just want these to be more set so that when you actually put the garland up, you know, it stays looking nice in the way that I intended it to. So other than that, I have been working on the little baby pumpkin hats. I've got, this is going to be the newborn size. This is like 0 to 3. And right now I'm working on a 3 to 6 month. And then I'm going to make one that's a 6 to 12 months. So lots and lots of little baby hats. But they're so cute. So want to get those done. Today is the third Iowa football game. So I'm going to be watching that later. And I'm just going to spend my night crocheting these pumpkin hats. I might work on one more of the plant that I made earlier in that really nice fall colorway. So the plan is to make a little starch mixture and starch my leaves so that those will be ready to string on the garland. I'm going to make the little garland string that I need for it. And then we're just gonna chill and work on pumpkin hats for the rest of the night. We are planning to go to some tractor farm show thing tomorrow. Not really my cup of tea, but my husband's family wanted to go, and my dad likes that kind of thing too, so I guess we're gonna do that. Hopefully there's just like some good food. But then tomorrow I'm hoping that I'll be able to wrap up making that garland and I'll have finished my pumpkin hats and maybe one more plant, and I will show you guys everything that I've made for this little fall vlog. And we'll call it a week. Oh, well, we just finished starching all of the leaves and it's either going to work perfectly or I just ruined everything that I've made. I've never done this before, so all new to me, but when you have to like cook the cornstarch in the water, and when I did that, you know, it turned into a nice glue-like consistency. Then I let it cool a little bit before I put it on and it was kind of jelly-like, but still like I was able to paint it on with a paintbrush because I didn't want to get all messy, but I think it worked. I think they look right. I mean, until it dries, I don't really know. So I don't know how long it takes to dry. I'll keep checking them here throughout the day and hopefully we didn't just ruin everything. Hopefully. Hi guys, we are reaching the end of this video, but before I totally wrap up, I want to show you all of the fun fall projects that I've made. I want to start by showing you the finished garland. And good news, we did not ruin the leaves when we did that cornstarch mixture. It turned out perfect. It took a little bit longer to dry than I thought. It took almost, not a full 2 days, but like a day and a half. And that might have just been because I put quite a bit on. For future reference, I'd maybe make sure I was actually dabbing each one before I laid it down to dry, just because there are a couple spots where like there was a little bit of excess and it doesn't dry perfectly clear, so you can kind of see it. But if you're hanging it up as a garland, you know, like you're not going to be looking at it that up close and it doesn't look bad anyway. So yeah, this is actually, I think, the first garland I've ever made full on. I've had ideas, I've wanted to, I've started making little things, but this is the first one that's ever really been nice and strung up. So pretty excited about that. Then I know we've already seen these, but I made the little car charms, little hangers for your rear view mirrors, and we got the 2 pumpkins, or the pumpkin and the coffee mug. And these just turned out so adorable. I really need to make one for myself because I'm just obsessed with these. And the really cool part is that you can move this, so like you would have enough space to get it over your rear view mirror and then adjust it up and I don't know, make it all cute. So pretty excited about that too. We did make 4 pumpkin hats, and this is the first like time of doing like a stem like this, but I just did some chain and single crochets, but I folded it over and I like the little loop look. Like, I don't know, it's super cute. So we have a 0 to 2 months, 2 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and then like 1 to 3 years old. So obviously, you know, sizing on baby stuff can be a little rough because if your kid's really big for their size or really tiny for their size, these are just the general sizing that I'm going off of. Kind of based on my own kids too, which like my son is 7 months, but he can fit in both the 2 to 6 month size and the 6 to 12 size. This one's just a little snug. We finished those. My toddler's obsessed. She keeps stealing the biggest one and wants to wear it, so maybe I need to make her one. And then we made the 1 crochet plant in the fall colors. I am working on another one, but I haven't finished it yet. But maybe I'm going to wrap this video up, but I'll keep working on it so that I have 1 more of these. And then lastly, I didn't make these in this last week. I've had these, but I have this set of pumpkins. Just different sizes, cute little trio of pumpkins. And so my ultimate plan with making all this fall stuff is I do want some of it listed on my Etsy. I am going to list the baby hats on my Etsy. And I have already listed the car charms, both the pumpkin and mug and the 2 pumpkins. I've listed both of those on there. But everything else I am actually going to be taking over to the store that I'm a commissioned artist for, because she had sent out an email to all of us saying we needed, you know, to get our fall stuff in because there's basically an event in the town where the store is located every weekend from now until like the end of October into November. So it's going to be really busy over there with all those little pop-up events. So we need to get our fall stuff over there so obviously people can buy it. So I need to do the paperwork to fill it out, whatever that, you know, of the items I'm taking over to her. And then hopefully I get a chance soon. Hopefully in the next few days. Oh, bless you, buddy. Hopefully I get a chance in the next few days to make it over there to drop this stuff off to her. So yeah, we had a really nice week of making fall themed items, except it did like get back into the high 90s again here where I live. So that's been fun. Not fun. I'm really over it. We had our false fall and it just gave us that glimmer of hope, and it got taken right back away. And it was literally so hot this past weekend that there was like a heat advisory, like don't do strenuous activities because, you know, heat stroke and whatever. So that's fun. Hopefully that clears up. I think like next week it's supposed to start dropping back into the like low 80s, high 70s, but I'm really looking forward to those low 70s, high 60s days. That's my perfect weather, especially for crochet. So whatever, enough about the weather. That's so boring. But I had a really fun time this week making all these fall things. It was kind of fun to branch out for the plants especially and make them in like the fall changing leaves colors. I really had never thought of that. My husband, that was kind of his idea, so I took it and ran with it. And then of course the card charms are just so cute, and I want to make so many more of those, but in different variations and not all fall themed. So yeah, we had a good week. We learned some things, and now we're gonna have a little bit more inventory for the store, and that's gonna be awesome. This is where I'm gonna wrap up the video though, so if you've made it to the end, go ahead and give the video a like. Leave a comment down below. What kind of fall projects are you working on, or what kind of fall decor do you like to put up in your house? I'd love to hear some more ideas. One thing I didn't make that I had kind of thought about were little Indian corn, but I didn't get around to that. Maybe I'll make those in the next few weeks still, but we'll see. And then, of course, if you would like to stay up to date with my future videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you in my community. Everyone have a great weekend, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.